What's going on there, everyone, and welcome back to the video from Dracon. Today we're going to be going over the Fizbans Treasury of Dragons. You knew I was going to get my hands on a dragon set. Now, this is just two of the boxes that I have. I have a bunch of them ready to go. Now, unfortunately, I didn't buy an actual brick, so my chances of getting duplicates might be a little bit up there. So we're hoping not, but, hoping. Now, I've got myself enough of the boosters and two super boosters. Now, unfortunately, because I didn't buy them as a brick, there is a risk of, getting duplicates. So my fingers are crossed. I kind of want some dragons, or at least some really nice, cool monsters. Let's get into it, and we'll get started, shall we? I got the blade of opening here. It's burning hot to get in there, and we're going to do some openings and review of this set. But right before we open, guys, I do want to take a quick moment to say, make sure you hit the like button on this video if you like my videos, guys. And if you want to, please subscribe. Helps the channel out, grow more. And if you want, please do share with your friends and all those others you think would be interested. And if you want, guys, join my Twitter, join my Discord. I do have a Discord. It's the Dracon server or something on Discord. I do have a channel there if you guys want to talk about miniatures, talk about upcoming video ideas, anything like that. My bro's actually on there. You can also chat with him as well. We both do painting and miniatures. We play D&D. If you want to talk about our channel for the Dice and Dummies, you guys can also join the channel for that as well. Or if you want to join my channel, talk about it. Because if you guys want to throw me ideas in there, I'll make sure to pass them along to whoever's DMing at the time. And guys, make sure you tune in. We're pretty cool. We're right now working it through season 2 as the time you're recording this video. We're almost done with it, getting ready for season 3. Right now we're traveling through hell, so join us. Anyway, guys, let's get to the actual stuff inside. Okay, so first up we have number 25 out of 46, the Lion Drake. Now, this one I'm not the biggest fan of. Now, the reason why, I get the idea, the caracal-like head with the lion, big, long, goofy tail, and the more metallic dragon-style wings, that's not the problem. The problem is calling it a lion drake. I think a cat drake would have made more sense or like a feline drake, something like that, because this doesn't scream lion. It looks more like a caracal, which, as you know, is another type of African wildcat, but it's like, why? Why not give it a lion's head? Were they afraid it was going to look too much like a griffin? Were they afraid it was going to be too much like a manticore? Like, I would have been fine with it. It would have made more sense. The long head, I think, like I said, just calling this a cat drake would be definitely more simple. But a lion drake is probably the most powerful, or, I mean, you could easily save maybe using a different cat as the style for it. Except maybe a tiger drake. They already kind of have those in the Kobold's Press, and those look a lot cooler, in my opinion. It's like a tiger with dragon wings and horns and a little bit of dragon look to it. Looks kind of, actually, I wish they'd use that for the art, for the actual inspiration, because this is not bad. Don't get me wrong. I did want one of these lion drakes to get one, but it's simple, and I like the wings on it. They're pretty good. The wings are looking nice. The head on the cat's good. The body, I wish were more equivalent. I don't know why they gave it giant front legs and then thin back legs. That doesn't make sense for an animal like this. If it's going to have the big aggressive power of a lion, it should have like a lion's body. If we're going big cats, if it's going to have small cat legs, it needs small cat legs. Like, it doesn't, it's weird. It's going to have a weird gait for ground hunting. And I think most drakes like to hunt on the ground, even if they have wings, because they know comparatively to their kin or other predators like griffins, this would probably be a drake that I think would be easily killed by a griffin, for instance, or other birds. Like a rox would probably prey on these things as easy prey. But, I love my dragons. I love my draconian-esque species. So, pretty cool. Let's move on to the next one. So, like I said, here was number 25. Moving on. And here we have number 5 of 45, the interesting little, 46, the Horde Scarab. This was the second that came with him, and as you can see, I like this thing. I actually kind of hope to get duplicates of this guy. I might buy some more from like eBay later on as a triple pack, because I like the Horde Scarabs. They're pretty cool. It's a tiny creature, but I love how big they actually are. I mean, I would definitely see multiple sizes of Horde Scarabs be awesome. Like even a medium class size Horde Scarab, or like a large size, like maybe the giant Horde Scarab in very rare ancient dragon sets. Because maybe dragons play with them like pets, where they, toss them around and clink them through their claws like they would with their coins. But, they know it's alive, and they kind of, get a little bit of that sort of sadist pleasure of playing with it. Or maybe it's like the whole joke of like, oh, it's like my pet. It keeps my horde safe. It bites intruders, and also sprays them with a dust that I can see for a mile away to like go, even if you're invisible, I still got you, buddy. And then it's just take him out. Pretty simple creature, but I like these monsters that have a dragon linked into it, so that's pretty cool. So let's move on. Here we have number 4 out of 46, the Dragon Speaker. Shockingly, the numbers are kind of close here with these two. So the Dragon Speakers are basically dragons, like disciples who go to town, like they're the chosen, the dragon who go to towns and speak on their behalf. This would be very useful for a gnome bard if you didn't have one gnome bard mini, since it is a gnomish looking character and is small sized. I think it's pretty cool. I like his design. I like the little wispy hat. It's actually looks pretty nice. The green hair is another nice touch. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking little dude. Oh, sorry, my camera's adjusting. But, I mean, I like him. As you can see, he's got some cool details going on there. I like the draconic aspect, especially if you need to, like, say, one of the races I created, the Dragonoids. If you wanted a Dragonoid that was tiny size, this would work as a model for that. I mean, he doesn't have any wings or a tail, but, it is what it is. It's a nice fill-in for it, and it's just a nice-looking miniature overall. I like the little guy. Simple, but sometimes, like I've said before, simplicity can sometimes be amazing. But let's move on to the third of this box. And here we get another creature I really wanted, the Egg Hunter Adult. Now, this is, as you've known, an interesting creature. This is also number 1 of this set, so, man, this set was really ironic that all the small guys were, like, really low beginning numbers of the set. But number 1, the Egg Hunter Adult. This one is another one I don't mind getting a couple repeats for. Yes, it eats dragon eggs. Its paralysis gas and stuff doesn't really work on most adult dragons. They'd probably easily crush it, which is fine, actually. That makes sense. Maybe this thing preys mostly on young dragons who are laying their first clutch of eggs, because they're the easier to dupe, because, dragons get smarter over time. So maybe those first-time inexperienced dragon parents don't know to see this thing coming. And maybe its spray does work on them, since they'll probably have a lower save than olders of their species. But, it's a pretty cool, simple creature. And I love more biological niche creatures, like living in the ecological niches of the dragon species. It's pretty cool, like creatures that will live with them or, challenge them. This is definitely a challenge. And plus, they can probably bite a player. And I definitely could easily see this thing says it does say Egg Hunter. It doesn't say Dragon Egg Hunter on it. You could easily maybe paint one of these things up a little like color edition to justify different ones. Like maybe green ones go after specifically lizard folk eggs, or something like that, like other species that have eggs. Because there's no reason this creature wouldn't probably go after other eggs if it could. Maybe there's even like a blue variant that goes after water creatures, such as like crocodilians, or maybe goes underwater to attack the eggs of like sea folk of some sort that lay eggs. Maybe frog folk that lay their eggs in water, something like that. Something different. I love this creature. It's a very nice, simple creature. But let's get into our second box, shall we? We got more boxes to go. Okay, so into our second box, we get another large creature, the Dragon Flesh Grafter, number 30 out of 46. And I gotta say, I did want this creature. He's simple, but he could be an easy abomination. Basically is what this thing is. I think it's considered an abomination, in my opinion. They don't say what it is originally, but I'm going to say it's probably a human that's been just bulked up in size so that he can match the draconic parts. I think that would make more sense. I like kind of the long hair in a sense. I wish he kind of wasn't like bald. I feel dragon power would make him feel younger and more vibrant, like a invigorating type thing. I like the dragon feet, pretty cool. The dragon arm is obviously a sign of what he's merged on. He took a dragon's arm and shoved down his body. Maybe the feet too. And he's definitely gotten larger and more powerful. And he acts more like an ogre with the club swinging. I kind of find it funny he's wearing these ripped sort of jorts kind of look there. I kind of think it's funny. But, very nice miniature, very simple. I know this one's not a very sought after because they're very common, but hey, pretty cool. Let's see what else we got in the box here. And in a rare twist of fate, we got us a double large creature inside. The Dragon Blood Ooze, 32 out of 46. Now, I love when the Weather Whiz Kids makes mistakes like this, because they're just awesome to open and get yourself a second large creature in a set that could either have it as a possibility or not. I just love it, because here we have a creature I was also looking forward to getting, the Dragon Blood Ooze. Now, before you say, is this... Sorry, my camera was adjusting its angle. If you do wonder what it is a ooze that has taken on the aspect of a dragon through dragon's blood infused into it. And it's pretty cool how this dragon's blood, it acts like a dragon. Like you can see it's taking the dragon pose. It even has like a dragon ooze breath attack where it breathes its ooze onto people and burns them with acid instead of fire. So if someone's like, oh, it's going to use fire. Nope, it's going to burn you with acid. So you're not prepared. And I just like it. It's a unique type of ooze. And if I do get a couple duplicates of this guy, I'm fine with that. I like this creature. I could see a couple of these being pretty useful. That even a dragon might keep them around because it is technically maybe its blood that it used to create them. Maybe the dragon's making them to be its sort of like servants. And since they come from the dragon, they respect and serve it with their simple mindsets. So it's pretty cool. And I love the translucent paint job. Looks nice. I mean, for me to get this with a 3D print, I'd have to buy translucent colored resin to get this effect of like the translucency, and then I have to like just ink it to make it look good. But that's pretty cool. I also love the little scale details you can see in there in the ooze and the spikes. Pretty nice. But let's move on, shall we? Here we have number 16 out of 46, the Kobold Warlock. Now, we've had many winged kobolds in the past, whether you watched my video on the Kobold Warband pack. I did get a winged kobold as well as a warlock. Now, the weird thing is the sorcerer kobolds kind of have fake wings, while the flying kobolds are just called winged kobolds. And I mean, the winged kobolds are supposed to be like they're blessed by a dragon, which makes them kind of look or like racially profiled by their own kind. Like, how do you have wings? Like, that's not fair. I wish I had wings. It's mostly a whole they wish they had type scenario, and it's fine. I mean, I like his staff, very simple. Like, he's holding a nice little staff. This would be good for a PC if someone wanted to play a flying kobold to kind of give them a way of not getting themselves wrecked in fights, because, you know, warlocks can be squishy, and nothing's worse than having a kobold warlock, which is probably going to have some type of deficit, get smacked down. Now, I don't know what they're going to do to kobolds in the new D&D 1. I'm hoping they're not so bad, because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying a kobold can't be a bulky, tanky guy, because, I mean, if the kobold raised himself to be a fighter with strength and muscles, why not? This guy, though, looks the part. I love the little fireball effect. It's pretty cool. It's always nice to get more kobolds added to my kobold forces and options, when I especially want to make a kobold dungeon. But let's move on, shall we? And here we have number 2 out of 46. So we're getting more of these low numbers. That's right, the Dragon Blessed. Now, if I remember, the Dragon Blessed are kind of those people who just act as emissaries for the dragon. Now, the Dragon Speaker speaks to the dragon, but this one is probably more like the person they send on actual like diplomatic missions for the dragon. So say the dragon works with a town, and the town doesn't want the dragon constantly entering town because he's too big and he has that kaiju problem where he breaks stuff, or maybe he's too aggressive and the people are scared of him. He'll send his blessed here to go on the mission with some speakers or some other warriors to keep an eye on him, and they go into town and basically talk about what they got to talk about. I think it's like if I remember correctly, the blessed are allowed to speak on behalf of the dragon, while the speakers just relay a message. If I remember correctly, I haven't read the book in a while, so, you know, forgive me, people. If you know I'm like wrong, go ahead and throw it in the comments. I understand. But I do like the design of this. You could easily use this as a nice, cool looking elf, or very nobilistic. What's the word I'm looking for? Representative like type deal, like, you know, he's a diplomat for the dragon. That'd be kind of cool. But it's basically what they are, though. They're these pretty nice, cool diplomatic looking beings. You could easily use it for a diplomat in the game because there aren't many miniatures to represent that, and it's pretty cool. I like it. Number 2, guys. Let's move on. Next box time. And here's one I really got that I really wanted. The Draconian Dreadnought. Now, this is the number 29 out of 46, and this is one I actually really wanted because he's this large draconian creature and pretty cool looking. I mean, he looks nice and cool with the imposement. I love his his wings, because he can actually fly unlike most creatures, so he can fly and actually use his big club. I don't remember if he has like a slam with his tail. He definitely needs a slam for the tail, or like a Morningstar attack. Maybe like just call it tail mace or something, but he's pretty cool. I love the 2 big swords on him. The armor, he actually has an armor kind of set going on there with his body, and like the rest of his kin. And he looks very draconian, like dragonoid, like, but just, you know, that human-esque aesthetic. But I like his look. He's got a lot of great details. I love the red wings, the black dragons, like the dark gray skin. His face is simple, but it looks cool. I mean, I could definitely see why this guy is probably higher up in the rankings of the Dreadnought. And he is a badass. Look at this beast. He's a beastie boy. I love the armor on the neck, too. That neck armor looks so cool. Very nice. I am so glad I got him. And once again, number 29. Awesome. And here we have number 21 out of 46. Something I don't have. A black dragon wormling. I don't have one, but now I do. And it's pretty cool. I like the little wormling dragons and stuff like that. It's always good to get more younger stage dragons. Could be a familiar in the group, or a pet, or maybe they take it on as like another member of the party. So when the dragon turns a young stage, they have a young dragon at their side, and hopefully one day an adult. And, you know, maybe it travels with their children, you know, like they make a lifelong partner. Obviously, I wouldn't choose a black dragon because they are the most aggressive of the dragons. Like, these guys are the most cunning and evil. Like, they're quick to turn at the moment's notice. I mean, a white dragon would be easier to tame because of their simple brutality and brutishness, but it's cool. I like it. It's got good design. Very simple. Like, we do see the actual startings of the frill in the neck like they would have. And this is pretty cool. Now, I do hope that WizKids eventually creates hatchling dragons that are, like, super tiny, like they're small, tiny size, and, like, it's just coming out of an egg as the look. Because we know that a dragon doesn't come out this size from an egg that their eggs are the size of. It wouldn't make sense. And I'd say, like, maybe a hatchling dragon takes a week or two to grow to the size of a whelpling like this. But this is pretty cool. I like it. I always love getting more dragons, whether whelps or other. So let's move on. So I've already gotten a actual true dragon ready to go. Nice. Well, the universe loves giving me the creatures together, because here is the Draconian Mage, number 23 of the 46. I love actually right now how he's got that mage hand kind of going. He's got like a spell in the hand. His spear obviously has the bendy weapon syndrome, but you know, they're in those little plastic or bubble wrap bags, so it's not a big deal. I like the detail on him. He has wings, and I know these guys can't fly, but they do have a glide ability, which is pretty useful, and they can help reduce their fall damage due to that. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I thought it was really awesome that he came in the same box as the Dreadnought. It's sort of like poetic. I mean, I wish I'd gotten like the Mastermind or something with him as well, because that would make it perfect to have like all the Draconian units I think that come there. Except I think the Draconian Infiltrator, I think that's actually a misprint. That should be called an Emerald Dragon, like Dragonborn, I think, if I remember correctly from the set some people talked about, but whatever. I like it. It's really cool. It's simple. I like the green look for him. He's got another armor set too, so he's not like low ranking Draconian, like he's not a garbage level infantry slug since he carries magic. But I would definitely see this guy probably working under the Dreadnought, because the Dreadnought would basically threaten him and say, like, I'll just take you out. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. I have spells, but you could just literally pound me into oblivion and destroy my soul, like rip me apart. Like, I mean, we know the Mastermind A is more powerful in its psionic spells, which I think I really wish. I'm hoping I get a Mastermind. We're still opening, though. So that would be the second to last in this box, because I had to find the last little bubble wrap. Let's get to the last one of the box, shall we? And this set, I just keep getting dragons. Here we have the Deep Dragon Wormling. Now, I actually had 3 of these already ordered from one of those eBay orders. Sorry, I changed my angle of my camera a bit. But also from the eBay orders, where I ordered 3 of them, and then I also ordered its adult, or I like to call the young adult Deep Dragon, or sub-adult, which I will put that up here for comparison in a second. So here we go. I got the Mordenkainen's dragon up here. Now, this one does come from the Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, or Monsters of the Multiverse. So, unfortunately, they did not put these 2 dragons in the same set. What a shame that they dared to split them up. I mean, I actually only ordered this big dragon because when I got the 3 young whelplings, I had to order this guy too, because I'm like, why would I not? I actually like the giant chunky tail. It's good to use for balance and counterweight, as well as a good like slap tool or wrapping tool around an opponent. And I mean, now I have like a bunch of dragon parent and baby. So like if I want to set up a young dragon encounter, or maybe the party encounters a young dragon mother or young adult dragon mother here, and maybe she loses her offspring to a bunch of evil, nasty, underdark creatures, or humans who just want to capture them to use them as like gladiator fodder. Well, now they could help it out and maybe earn a dragon ally, as deep dragons may not be the most intelligent, but they are still smart enough to know that when you help them, they kind of owe you. Like, they have that dragon pride that's like, hey, you help me, I owe you one. Maybe, like, they can call on it when they get into a big fight with a monster later, and this dragon can act as a big assistance and help take on the creature physically while they try to maybe move into position or do something. But, yeah. Once again, this big dragon here is not part of the set, but I wanted to put it up as a comparison of young whelpling to a young dragon. So, yeah. A shame, like I said, they put it in Mordenkainen's and not in the Fizbans set, where that dragon was, you know, featured in the book. But hey, whatever. Let's move on. Okay, so here's a quick one. Gotta repeat, open the box. It was the Dragon Blood Ooze as the main piece. Fine with that, once again, getting duplicates, but, you know, we're not going to really talk much about it. It's just a quick little nod that this box started off with another one. Like I said, I did not buy these as a single brick. I bought them as single boosters, so I was open to the possibility of getting duplicates. But like I said, this is one I'm fine with getting. Moving on. Okay, another quick one. We got another hatchling. Not a big deal. We're going to move on quick then, because I don't need another hatchling review. But, you know, like I said, another creature I was fine with getting duplicates of. Here's a new one that I actually am cool with getting, because I like drakes. The Green Guard Drake, number 9. And this one has a lot of uniqueness going on in the face. I mean, you can see these weird, like, fins, but extra parts. I'm not sure what's going on. If this is like a magically infected Drake or something, or if he's near death or something, but he looks kind of cool. I'm just not sure what's going on with the face. Those large fins on the side of the cheeks don't make sense to me. But maybe it's the Drake factor. Maybe it's because he's not a true dragon. I mean, you can see with his 1 foot there, it's kind of messed up. So a little awkward. I'll probably have to hit this guy with some hot water and give him a little fix. I mean, it happens. Bendy miniature syndrome hits all miniatures at some point. But, you know, like you can see right there on the side of his face, there's like a little bit of a weird, like, texture going on there. I'm not sure what that is. But maybe it's a paint job error, but I'll leave it. I mean, it's cool. I mean, Drakes are Drakes. I always love having more of these things to throw at players, or maybe they want it as a pet, something like that. So pretty cool. I like it. It's not bad. So number 9. Let's move on to the last one of this box. And here's number 15, the Amethyst Dragonborn. Now, this Dragonborn is not a problem. He does continue the actual effect where he has no tail, which is the proper Dragonborns, not a half dragon. He does have those little like amethyst bits on his head. They're not floating, so they're not breaking off, which is nice. You do notice he has a little warp, like his back's arched backward. I'm not sure if that's like he's off, but I'll probably give him a little hot water treatment. As you can see, his sword is definitely bending. Definitely has the bendy weapon syndrome going there, which can happen. I mean, like I said, if looking how it's supposed to be like up over the chest or up over into the chest region a bit, but I can always fix it. A little boiling hot water will fix him right up. I'll put him in boiling hot water, then quickly shake him off, put him in the freezer for a second, let him freeze up. I like to freeze him. I like to think it shocks him into staying solid after the cold water treatment. But, you know, pretty cool. I like this guy. It's so nice to get another Dragonborn. I wanted some of the crystalline Dragonborns, more aesthetic. So let's move on to the second to last booster box and see what we get. And awesomely, I got me another dragon, number 27 of the 46, the Young Crystal Dragon. Now, this dragon has a lot of cool things going on. I like the 2 tails sort of aspect. I love his translucency. It's very simple, but it's also nice. It's not the same as like the amethyst and the sapphire. It's a little bit more like serious. Like you can still like, and I love the floating bits on them. They're not too pronounced that they're going to snap off. They actually feel pretty solid, which is nice. I actually also like the throat patch there, or like it's not a goiter. What is it? The little bit of skin there, that the skin flap on the bottom of the chin or under the neck. It looks pretty nice. I like that. It's a nice aesthetic. I like the single horn on the front. He is a big boy. This is again one of those ones I would call a sub-adult dragon because he's too big to really fit on a large base. Even if he like curled up, it'd be a really tight fit. But it's just so nice to see these dragons. I like these dragons. They're awesome. Crystal dragons do get a place. I mean, I have an unpainted green dragon from the unpainted set that I gotta get around doing. I get some green ink to touch him with so I can make him look nice. But man, this guy looks badass. Really awesome. I like it. So you know what? If you guys want to get yourself a nice, cool dragon, definitely get the set. I mean, they have dragons like this in it. I think there's the sapphire dragon, the amethyst. And then like you have the dragon elves, which are a lesser dragon. You get the draconians. Like it's a lot of cool stuff. Okay, but let's get into the small guys that come with him and take a look. Okay, quick shout out. We did get a second of the young deep dragon wormlings. Well, like I said, this was not a, intact wrapped brick. This was just off a shelf after another shipment come in. So from the last time I bought it, so who knows what was in it. I didn't know I was going to get duplicates, but I'm fine. Once again, getting a dragon wormling is totally cool. But let's move on to the next one. Okay, someone out there that's giving me a sign. This is the third Dragon Blood Ooze. Also another rare 2 big monsters in a single pack thing. I'm not sure what's going on with Wizards, if they're being really frivolous with their oozes, but hey, I'm fine with it. Like I said, I like the Dragon Blood Ooze. It's an awesome looking creature, and having a couple duplicates of this big guy ain't gonna bother me. But let's get to the last one of this box before we go to the promo set, which will be at the end, guys. If you want to see the promotional minis I got, the promotional box, wait till after my super boosters. So we're almost there. And here we have number 38 out of 46, the awesome Wash Tub Mimic. I actually am kind of glad I got the Wash Tub Mimic. I love the water effect coming out the top. I love the tongue reaching up into the wash tub to come get you. Because, that's how it would work. You'd jump in, and then the wash tub reacts, wakes up, opens its mouth, throws the tongue up, pulls you in, and then gives you a good old chomp down. I think it's pretty cool. I like the wash tub design. Its wash tub is well painted and well detailed. The eyes and mouth look just like with the normal Mimic. And I've kind of had this thing about getting just mimics of different stuff because I want my players to always be slightly on edge. It's like, how's there two wash tubs? The guy said there was a wash tub back here. How are there two? Then as you hop into one, you know, maybe you flip the coin of yes or no, and it's like, oh, you happen to choose the wash tub mimic. Dang, player. Hope you can yell loud enough quick that your other friends come to help you as you get entangled by its tongue. Hopefully you're not a small creature like a goblin or a gnome or a halfling and get pulled down into its jaws for a good old nice fangsome surprise. Yeah, that was a moment. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't help it. Okay. Well, coming up from the side, I got the awesome wash tub mimic. I mean, I would love to get the horde mimic from the big boxes, but I'm going to open them both up just because, like, I don't want to wait around, and I'm hoping they're not. They feel very similar, so I'm scared I got the same thing. So let's open them up and take a look. Okay, as you can see, I got unfortunate and got two suit boosters. When I was at the store, there was after I bought one suit booster, I had one that was lighter feeling than my first one. But you know me, I like to go for the heavy ones. I was kind of hoping to get the Leviath, the sea serpent, but I got two of the big beefy Dragonels. Now, do I hate this? No, actually I don't. I'm fine with getting a couple Dragonels. They're pretty awesome. And these are, for the record, not large creatures. Look at how big these are. Look at the bases. Those are huge bases, and they're kind of going almost into gargantuan range. These would, in my opinion, be definitely like adult Dragonels or like ancient Dragonels. Yes, they probably don't get to gargantuan size because, I mean, but look at the wings on these things. Yes, I know the wings do attach the arms in the back of them, so they're kind of more wyvern, but like these things look so cool. This looks more like the old medieval dragon that flies around stealing your livestock, stealing the princess or something like that. It just feels like this is that dragon with those scales, that sort of like almost, I'd call it the layered pine cone scales where they layer over each other but poke out like that. It's such a good dragon. The details are amazing on both of them. There's like a very slight hue color change in the heads and the body. So it's like, it's very slight, but it's enough that I notice it. So I guess telling apart won't be hard for me. I mean, honestly though, if your characters in the game happen to help a Dragonel and it owes them one because they are still intelligent enough to learn, it could probably give them a ride, a whole entire party of 4 or 5 a ride. Oops, sorry. Camera got nicked. But, you know, it's really awesome. I love this thing. I like the wings on it. And this is definitely not... This would be, in my opinion, at least a lesser dragon. Because, A, it doesn't have a breath weapon. It does seem to grow as time goes on if they get this big. And, yeah, they probably do... Wow, I guess my camera got knocked in. What the heck? Sorry. Fixed it. Okay, but it's just such a unique creature, and I do like the Dragonel. It has a lot of cool design features going on here. And in a way, the way I have them set up, it's like they're two Dragonels flying around each other for maybe like a mating dance, or, you know, like they're about to fight and throw down. I mean, I kind of wish this creature came with a mounted knight set. That would have been cool. To push the Dragonel over the top, even if it was a variant that showed up rarely, or maybe you just had to get it in the box, a separate piece like you do with the Nightmare and stuff. I would have loved a piece that sits on top. I think that's what this needs to put this Dragonel into the next level of like awesome big monster. Now, it's great. I don't mind the suit boosters. I wish they weren't so expensive. Woo. Before we move on, let's talk about that. Expensive. These sets get expensive, and they definitely do. I mean, a suit booster from the store is like $40, so you're paying $40 for almost a premium level miniature. I mean, these are probably, you know what? Compared to my Cloud Dragon, this is a pretty premium ass miniature. It's bigger than my Cloud Dragon. It's a big, powerful creature. And it looks awesome. And it has more detail than the Cloud Dragon does. And the wings and everything. So, I mean, WizKids for, you know, Wizard of the Coast is definitely bumping up the production values and making more and more beasts of random stuff. And I love that. I just hope the price doesn't go too high. I hope they kind of figure out that people will buy it. But just calm down on the pricing there and you'll sell more. That way you keep that nice, lovely level of value and price in range of each other. Not so much where it's like, man, that looks good, but like I could go to my buddy who has a 3D printer. You know, they're becoming very easy to get nowadays. I mean, I have 2 of them. And, you know, I could make a Dragonel, take like part of a day to print one out, but in the end, I'll spend maybe $3 in resin, maybe, I don't know, especially if I hollow it out. But, you know, it's really awesome. I gotta say, I do like these Dragonels. I am glad I got them. I did wish I got the Horde Mimic or the Sea Serpent or the Amethyst Dragon. I think the Amethyst is the one that comes in the Super Booster. Or maybe not, I don't know. But it's like, you know, I wish I'd gotten something else just to make it so offset. But, like I said, I'm not butthurt about getting 2 big, cool Dragonels that are really awesome and really gnarly looking. Like, these things look like they would mess up your day. That's like people saying, oh, Griffins are better. I'm like, no, man, I'd rather have this over a Griffin. This thing is a monster, and an awesome one at that. And it's like draconian. Oh, be still, my dragon heart. Okay, so let's get into the promotional minis, though. Okay, so here we have the 2 Amethyst Dragon Wormlings. Now, these were a promotional set that I found in the store. They're the same price as a booster, which I was like, yikes. But, I mean, they are pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, as you saw, I did not get an Amethyst Dragon, Young Dragon from this, so a shame. I might have to buy one separately to make sure I get one and not get a ton of duplicate stuff, which, you know, I probably don't mind that much in this set, 'cause it's all dragons, which I love my dragon stuff. But I gotta say, I like these 2. They're really awesome little wormlings. They're not too bad. They're very simple, but they're cool. I mean, if you want your characters to save some crystalline wormlings to earn the favor of a larger crystalline dragon, so it goes, hey, I saw you save some amethyst wormlings, and yeah, they may not be my offspring, but I respect them as fellow crystalline draconians. I'll give you a favor for doing so, like, you know, and I'll let their parents know that you were good people and stuff like that. Because we know that most of the crystalline dragons are neutral species, like they could help or hinder anyone, because but they also like to be left alone, so they're loners. Maybe they'll go like, yeah, I'll owe you a favor, call on it with like this special stone at some point, like special crystal stone, and I'll show up and help you, and then we'll be done. We'll go our separate ways so I can be alone in my cave again. But I do like this. I gotta admit, I like this set. It's very simple, but man, oh man, it's good. So anyway, guys, as always, I thank you for staying tuned to the whole video so you can see these 2 little buggers, my 2 baby amethyst promo set. And if you enjoyed, guys, make sure you smash the like button, or in this case, Fire Breath, the like button. Or, I guess, technically Crystal Breath, the like button, or Spore Breath, depending on which dragon is your favorite. Or even Dragon Slime, that button. Well, anyway. And make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys. Put that notification to all so you can get it. We all know how YouTube can be a little bit sneaky with your way of getting notifications. If you subscribe and you're not getting them, make sure you just update your notification stuff. Help YouTube's algorithm say, hey, I do want to see that. And make sure you subscribe, guys, so you're not missing out whenever I upload new videos. Sorry, I'm not like the first guy doing Fizbans, but been a little bit busy. Holidays are a busy time. And after I got these things, they kind of got pushed back on the to-do list. But I was making sure that I got them for you guys because, you know, you're my special viewers. I care. I want to make sure there's content for you all to enjoy. Anyway, guys, make sure you share the video. Help the channel grow. It always helps a lot, and I appreciate it. As always, guys, have a great one, and see you next time.